Hi beady friends! So what have I got for you today then? I have this beautiful bracelet that's fit for a princess. It's classy, it's beautiful, it's quite bridal as well, but I think how it's turned out, it's fit for a princess. I don't know what to call it. I haven't got a name for it. It's just a simple right angle weave base bracelet, which I've decorated with 11 OC beads and these beautiful shiny sparkly diamantes. Put a little clasp on, decorated with the seed beads. It's beautiful. I like it, and anyway, I think it's really pretty. So this is what I've got for you today then. So what do we need to complete this project? We need some 6mm glass pearls. These are quite a peachy colour. They look, I don't know if they look a bit orangey on camera, but they're a peachy colour, and you will need approximately 49 of those. You will need some 11 OC beads. Now these are Toho branded sea beads. I do not know the colour, as this is how I bought them. I do not know the colour, but they are a creamy colour, and I think they will go well with my peach pearls. You will also need some 8OC beads, matching colours if you can. As you can see, these are not quite the same, but they do match. These are a Miyuki brand, and these are light caramel salon. But if you do not have them, because you only need 4, do not worry. You can use some more seed bead size 11. As you can see, I've just got the 8s, one in each corner of the bracelet. But like I say, if you haven't got them, don't worry. I'm sure we can come up with something and just put a few seed beads in its place. You will also need some size 4mm Montes. Now these ones, if I open the bag and show you, there's 2 types of Montes that you can get. You can get the Montes like these have, where the holes are on either side of the Monte, or you can get them that have got a crisscross along the bottom, so it's more of a guide for your needle to go through. But the ones I'm using today are these. Now make sure, the best thing to do is once you've got your 16 out, check them to make sure that the stones are secure, because unfortunately, very sadly, I didn't do that on this bracelet, and you can see that I am missing one there. It came out and then I heard it drop on the floor. I have been on my hands and knees searching for it and cannot find it. So I have to work a way out now of repairing this bracelet, and I am not a happy bunny. So, but it needs to be done. So it's just a word of warning. Make sure you check all your diamantes are safely in. You will also need them for this project. I am using 2 wire guardians, which sit here in the bracelet. I am using 2 of those. All wire guardians are horseshoe shaped little findings that have an elongated hole on either side where the needle travels through and traps the thread. And then they have a little channel on the top of the horseshoe that holds your thread in place. I have them, so I'm going to use them. If you do not have any, do not worry. You can make a beaded loop instead. If you are using guardians, you will also guardians. You will also need 5mm jump rings. Couldn't think of the name. Jump rings, and you will also need a clasp of your choice. Today I am using a toggle clasp, but as you can see on this one, I used a little heart shaped lobster clasp, but you can use whatever you've got. You can use an ordinary plain lobster clasp. I think that just fitted that beautifully. Like I say, today I am using a toggle clasp. You will also need 2 pairs of jewellery pliers to open and close your jump rings. You will need 2 needles, either size 10 or size 12. I am using size 12 because that's what I have at hand. And you will also need some thread. Now today I am using £6 fireline. You can use £8 if you require, if you would like to, but I am using £6 today in the crystal. You could also use OneG thread. We will be using quite a lot of thread today. It is quite thread thirsty, and you will need at least 3 arm spans. That's stretching your arms right the way out, and you use the thread, measure the thread 3 times, but I would go 3.5, or you can use smaller amounts and add thread as we go, which is what I'll be doing because you don't want to see me pulling through loads of thread. So I will put, by the way, all a list of requirements that I've used today. So a list of everything that you need will be put down in the description box under the video. Okay, so get all your bits together and we will be back. Let's get beading. So let's settle in then and make our bracelet. And I forgot to say, this bracelet measures approximately 7.5 inches. If you wanted to make it a bit smaller, just you can alter the clasp or take a set of 3 beads off. Okay, it's as easy as that. Right, let's get beading. You need to have put your thread through your needles and make sure that your tail threads are the same length. Okay, the first thing then to go on our needles is our finding, our wire guardian, and it's as simple as putting your needle through either side of the wire guardian, pulling it down to the center of our thread. Okay, the next thing we need to do then is pick up 2 seed beads on each needle, holding our needles together and pulling those beads down and making sure that they're center of our thread. Picking up one seed bead onto our needle, taking it off the needle onto the thread, and then crisscrossing through that bead. Again, holding our needles and pulling our bead down, ensuring that we're on the center of our beadwork. Okay, and this is what we should have. So we have our wire guardian, 2 seed beads and a crisscross through a 5th bead. Okay, Separating our threads out, we need to pick up 3 seed beads on our right needle, 3 seed beads on our left needle, picking up 1 pearl on our right, bringing it off the thread, needle onto the thread, and taking our opposite needle, causing this, hold our pearl and pull down to the center of our work, and this is what we should have. Okay, now to strengthen this, because a lot of stress goes onto the clasping area, we need to reinforce our work. So separating our needles, the left side going over to the left and the right side going over to the right, taking our right needle, then coming back through 4 seed beads. So, oh, I've lost my thread. Picked up the wrong needle. Okay, try that again. Going through the 3 seed beads that we just added, plus the one that we used to cross through. Pull our thread through. Then going back up 2 seed beads by the wire guardian, up through the wire guardian, holding our beads and our work with our opposite finger, opposite hand, pulling our thread tight, turning our work, going back up the other side of the wire guardian, picking up the 2 seed beads, holding our work, bring the thread down, making sure that the thread sits in the channel. Okay, passing back through the crisscross seed bead, holding our work, pull our thread through, pulling it tight, going back up those 3 seed beads, and we can see our left hand thread is here. Holding our work, pulling the thread through, what's going on here then? That's it, I've caught, the thread was caught on the seed beads. Passing through the pearl and pulling out to the opposite side. Okay, now we need to do that again with the left handed needle. So if it's easier, turn your work so it's easier for you. I like to work this way. So it's my left hand now, I've just passed it over to the right hand side. Pass through those 3 beads. If you can get through the middle one as well, go for it. If you can't, just pass through those 3 beads. Hold on to our work. Go through the centre bead. Hold on to our work, and already you can feel that it's tightened up nicely. Okay, going through where our thread's coming out, through the 2 seed beads and into the wire guardian, holding our work, turn it, coming round to the other side, then picking up the loop of the wire guardian, coming through those 2 beads, hold on to our work, pull, making sure that the thread sits in the channel of the wire guardian, coming through the crisscross bead, hold on to our work, pulling our thread through the 3 seed beads. If you can get them all together, that's fine. If you can't, just go 2 at a time, like I can't get all through 3 because the work's nicely tightened up. Pull our thread through the last one, through the pearl, and that is what you should have. Okay, now that means that that's nice and secure. It's had 3 thread passes, so we're on to a winner. Okay, so here comes into the right angle weave then now. Sort our threads out. We've got a needle and thread going off to the right and a needle and thread going off to the left. Okay, picking up our right needle and picking up our left needle. Pick up 1 pearl on each needle, let them drop, picking up a pearl on our right needle, taking it off our needle onto our thread, passing our left needle over to the right, holding those needles together and pull our work down. Okay, and this is what you should have. Now we need to, on the base, make sure that we reinforce each right angle weave. Okay, so I just like to work with the right, and each time then, because we're swapping over, the threads will go evenly down. So our right hand needle, go through to the pearl, go through to the next pearl, the one closest to our clasping area, over to the next pearl, and now you can see that the thread that would be coming out the left is there on the left, it's now on the right, so we need to finish off by going through and we just swap hands. So you pass the left over to the right and the right is now the left, and give it a nice little tug. Okay, setting our work down then, picking up our needles, pick up 1 on the right, 1 on the left, picking up 1 on the right, passing the left through the right, so if you see now what I mean, the right has now become the left and the left has become the right. Pull our work down, this is what you should have. Using our right hand thread, if you grab as well the left hand and just put it through your fingers, it helps to keep it tight. So now with your right hand needle through, and we got something more as well to hold on to, pass through all the beads again, Okay. Picking up our needles again. Picking up a needle on our left, a needle on our right. Picking up the needle on our right, passing the needle on our left through the pearl. Now that needle becomes our right and the right becomes our left. This ensures even use of the thread. That's why we have equal lengths on the thread. Okay. Picking up our right needle, wrapping our left hand around the thread to keep it nice and tight, and work through those beads again. Okay. And giving it a nice pull, and that is what you should have. I'll do one more with you and then we'll go to length. Okay, so one on the right, one on the left, pick up one on the right, take it off our needle onto our thread, passing our left needle through the pearl. So now the left has become the right and the right has become the left. Pull our work down, pick it up, wrap thread around your left hand, using our right hand needle, pass through those beads again. Oops, don't drop it. Okay, and that is what you shall have. Carry on then, building your base to length, and once I've got to the end we'll come back and we'll do the other side of the clasp together. Okay, so I'll pause the video and catch you in a little while. So I've gone to length then, and so should you. There's my right angle weave. So what we need to do at this end is exactly what we did on this end, but working backwards. So to work backwards then, we need to pick up 3 seed beads on one needle, 3 seed beads on the other. Drop those down, picking up 1 seed bead, bringing it off and crossing our needles through that seed bead and bringing it down to our work. And then you can see the exact opposite of what we did there. Okay, so now we need to pick up 2 seed beads on one needle, 2 seed beads on the other. Right, drop those down, putting our left needle in the mat, pick up the wire guardian, going through from the bottom hole this time up, picking up the wire guardian, going down the other side, pulling it down to our work, taking the other needle, going up the 2 seed beads into the wire guardian, pulling the other thread down, pulling that thread. Hang on a second. That's it. What's gone on here then? I've gone through the same seed beads. So back out. Right. I've managed to loop my thread around, so I'm just backing out. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so going up the wire guardian, and around and coming down the 2 seed beads, making sure the thread sits in the channel of the wire guardian and pulling the thread down. Okay, so swapping over sides, going through the center bead where we crossed over, okay, down the 3 seed beads, going through the pearl, making sure you don't get tangled, and that's what you should have. So doing the same then with the other side. Coming down through the 2 seed beads, going through the center bead where we crossed over, going down the 3 seed beads, going through the pearl, and then pulling everything into place. Okay. And that is what you should have. So exactly the same as the other side, but in the opposite direction. Okay, so then here comes the thumb part. Bringing in our diamantes to play. Pull my sleeves up. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the work so it's pointing that set. Okay, so what we're going to be doing now then is starting the decoration of the right angle weave. So we're going to be making the crisscross on the top, and it's really very easy. Okay, so we're going to pick up on our right needle 3 seed beads, now picking up the diamante, we're going to go through the bottom from one side over to the other side. Okay, picking up another 3 seed beads, dropping those down so you can see what I'm doing. It will turn itself in a minute when we do the other side. Okay, I just wanted to try and sit it on the top for you so you could see. There we go. And then, so we're going across our work we pull you in a little bit. So we're coming out of the right side. We're going to put our needle through the left to the right of the pearl directly above, okay? And pull. I'll try and make it sit on and it won't. There you go. Okay. Once we've done it with this side, it'll sit on. Okay, so with our left needle then, pick up 3 seed beads. And then going through tip that over. It's looking more fiddly than what it is. Okay, I'll pick it up and do it. There we are. It's always hard to do things on camera. Okay, there it is now. Picking up another 3 seed beads onto our needle and going through the pearl and pulling our work tight. Okay, there we have the start. Of the decoration. So all we need to do now is keep repeating that through the length of our bracelet. So pick up 3 seed beads, going through the center of our Monte, picking up another 3 seed beads, taking our work across, not worrying too much at this moment how the Monte is lying, going across and then going through the next pearl. Okay, getting our other needle, picking up 3 seed beads, going through the Monte, picking up 3 seed beads, and going through the next pearl. And pull your work down nice and taut. Okay, do it once more with you then. So on our right, picking up 3 seed beads, picking up a Monte, making sure we go through the center, not from corner to corner like that, but through the center, picking up another 3 seed beads, putting our work across and through the center pearl, getting our needle, other needle, picking up 3 seed beads, going through our Monte, picking up 3 seed beads and going through the other side, and then pull our work down. Okay, so I'm sure you're quite confident in doing that. See how pretty it looks? It's looking really nice now. So keep on going then, adding 3 seed beads and a Monte and going through the length of your bracelet, and we will be back. So I've come all the way down then with my diamantes and seed beads on top, and what I'm going to do now is I've just started. I'm going to reinforce the top by going all the way back down again. So I've just come through this and I'm going to go back through there, and then this needle is going to come up through these, to there and across. Okay, and now I'm through here. I'm going to just crisscross my way, making sure that I go through the diamantes and the seed beads, and back through the pearls. Now you can either keep on going all the way through with one needle and then come back with the other, or you can do one section at a time. Okay, so I'll leave you to do that, reinforcing the top, and I'll meet you back at that end. Okay, see you in a mojo. So we've reinforced our top then, and now we need to go on to the next stage. So the next stage then, as we can see, our threads are coming out of either side of the pearl. Now to get into position to carry on, we need to, where this thread's coming out, we need to go up through those beads, crossing through the top and coming out 3 beads down, so we're facing the right direction. And we need to do that with the other side as well. Just let me sort my threads out. I've got myself in a tangle. I've got them wrapped round. Tangle on one memento. Trust this to happen now. Don't want to knot. Sorry guys, I've got my threads tangled around each other. That's it, I think. What's going on here now? There we are. Okay. So that one's coming out of the right way. Now I need to pass my needle and thread through these beads, across the top, I've also added some more thread on mine. If you don't know how to add your thread on, I do have a video that shows you how to add thread. Okay. Right, now then, so this is where your 8s come into play. We only need 4 of them. If you haven't got 8s, I will show you what to do with the seed beads once we get down to the other end. But if you've got an 8, grab your 8 you're coming out of the 3 top pearls, seed beads at the top, pick up your 8 and go into the next pearl, okay, and pull your work down, and that's what it looks like. To get over to here then, the next pearl, we need to pick up 3 seed beads and pull our thread through, okay, pick up 3 seed beads going into the next pearl. So what we're actually doing is we're filling in the gap between the pearls, okay, picking up 3 seed beads, going into the next pearl, 3 seed beads, going into the next pearl, 3 seed beads, pearl, 3 seed beads through the pearl, 3 seed beads, pearl, 3 seed beads, pearl, 3 seed beads, ooh, drop it, pearl, 3, goodness gracious, what's going on? Sorry about that, guys, I've got myself tangled. Somehow managed to pick up the thread from over here. Close through, that's it. Okay. 3 seed beads. 3 pearl, 3 pearl, 3 3 and then I think if you haven't got 8s, I think 2 would go in that space. So what you do is pick, as opposed to having size 8 seed beads, pick up 2 size 11s and go through your 3 seed beads at this end. But I am using 8s, so that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to pick up my 8, go through the 3, go through the middle, and go through the next 3, and then that will bring us out ready to carry on with the embellishments to go around the sides. Okay, but I'm going to put that needle down, come back over to the other thread. Got things all over the show, doesn't help. Threads get gnarled up on them. So to come down to this side then, pick up a size 8 or 2 seed beads and start the process again down this side of adding 3 seed beads in the gaps. Okay guys, so you carry on then and I'll meet you down the other end. So you've worked through the other side then, and both threads should be coming out of either side of the 3 seed beads, okay, before the size 8 or before the 2 seed beads that you added in the corner. So okay, then picking up my right needle, I'm going to go through the size 8, or if you were using size 11s, go through the 2 size 11s, and we're going to pick up the seed beads that go around the side of the pearl. Okay, so it should be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to be picking up 6 seed beads. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 6 seed beads on my needle. Okay, so remember the 3 seed beads that we put on in between the 2 pearls. We're going to go through the center seed bead. So we're just going to pick up the center seed bead, go through it and pull our needle through, and then that will pull the 6 seed beads we've just placed around our pearl and joins them in the center seed bead. Okay, so we pick up 6 seed beads, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 seed beads on our needle, jumping from the center bead then over to the center bead of the 3 that we've just added. Let me just bring you in a minute, just so to make sure you can see. Oh, wrong way. Oh, maybe a bit close. Okay, so we've got our 6 seed beads. Here's our center bead in between the two pearls. To go through that center bead and pull 6 beads down into place. Do that once more with you then. Six seed beads on our needle, jumping from that center bead over to the next center bead, and that sits round our pearl, and we're going to carry on and do that all the way down. And once you've done it down one side, then do it down the other side, and I'll meet back up with you then. Not far now, and we will soon be finished. So we've gone down both sides then, and what I've done is crossed over at the top and then reinforced going down either side again just reinforcing, and that's what we've got. Isn't it pretty? Isn't it beautiful? So all that's left to do then is tie off with some knots. So going through the 8OC bead and a couple of 11OC beads. I'm going to pull you in a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing. So picking up a thread then in between those seed beads, picking up that thread, pulling the thread, try that again, going between the beads, pulling up a thread to make a loop, going through the loop and pulling that thread tight. There we go. I had a knot in my thread. I need to sort that out. There we are, that's better. Okay, so going through some more seed beads then. Pulling up a loop in between the beads, going through that loop with our thread, pulling that loop down nice and slowly and making sure that the knot goes in between the beads. Okay, so then when you move forward with your thread, the little knot goes into the beadwork. Okay, so picking up some seed beads, picking up a thread, pulling the thread down to make a loop, going through the loop, pulling down nice and slowly, making sure that the knot goes in between the beads and moving on. Okay. Go down here. My thread's quite long, I don't know why, but hey, there you go. So pulling up a thread into a loop, going through the loop, pulling the loop down, going through some seed beads. Okay. We're just going to carry on doing that until you feel secure. Once you feel secure with enough, putting enough knots in one side, go ahead and do exactly the same down the other side. Once you've done all your knots, then cut your thread off nice and short to your beadwork, and then all that's left to do is to put the clasp on. So I'm going to carry on tying off my thread, and I'll meet you back here to put the clasp on. We're on the home straight now, guys, not long to go. So remember to put some knots in down the side of your beadwork, tie it off, cut your thread off, and then doing the same down the other side. Okay, so I'll catch you back in a moment. There we are then. All that's left to do is to put our clasp on. So to put our clasp on then, I'm using jump rings. So open my jump ring, going through and adding on the toggle, part of the toggle, and then closing the jump ring. Remembering always to open jump rings from north to south, never east to west. By what I mean by that is, so here is the jump ring, is opening the jump ring north to south. Okay, putting the jump ring through the bracelets, adding the other part of the toggle, and then closing the bracelet again from north to south. There we go. And there, ladies and gentlemen, we have our finished bracelet. I'm just going to lay that there for you. What do you think? Do you like that? So here's my two together then. I'm just going to widen you out a little bit so you can see them. It's my two together with two different clasps. A toggle clasp and a lobster clasp. And I really like these. I think they're really pretty. Fit for a princess. So what do you think? Do you like yours? And just think of the amount of colours that you can do them in. You could do them in different sizes as well of the pearls, just altering the amount of seed beads that you would need to go around. So there's our project finished for today then, guys. I'm not sure about what I'm going to do next. I'll wait and see what my creative juices let out, shall we? So if you've enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love to see a thumbs up, or please leave me a comment if there's something in particular that you'd like to see. If I'm able to do it, I'll try my best to deliver it for you. So until next time then, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I hope to catch you on the next one. Bye. Cheers, as they say down in Cornwall.